Stitch Heads. It's Stitch Gang The Tour, part 21. We're doing Rico Nasty's Nasty today. I'm your host, Frank Rodriguez. With me, as always, is my co-host. He's a DJ known as DJ Drinkman, the senior striking analyst for Stitch Gang. He's a black belt in the Crystal Trail fighting system. The Berkey badass, Tyrone Begay. Tyrone, how are you?
I'm good. I'm dying of heat exhaustion, or just heat. I'm melting in Albuquerque, but I will get through it. In about an hour, it'll hopefully be below 90 degrees. So I'm really crossing my fingers.
Well, I'm also uncomfortable because I think I have like mites or something. There's something going on in my bed.
Oh no.
I'm just itchy all the time. So if I just go like randomly, it might be.
It's not bed bugs, is it? I know that's a New York thing.
No, it's not, because we've had bed bugs, and actually I had someone come and spray, and they were like, "No, it's not bed bugs." And then it got better, but then I feel like whatever it is came back. But yeah, we're both uncomfortable, and there's noise. My new roommate is moving in above me, and you have like a
cicadas
bunch of
or something of the sort making noises outside of my window.
Locusts.
And my windows, I would close my window, but it's too damn hot.
Okay, so this is going to be a really raw episode, which is good because we're talking about one of the rawest rappers in the Stitch Gang discography so far. I already corrected it in the text of the Grab Bag episode where we reviewed Trust Issues, but Rico Nasty is not from Chicago. She's from the DMV, Maryland, and Baltimore. And also, on the last episode, I said she was signed to Interscope because I just mixed up my major labels, but she signed to Atlantic. So I don't think she'll be... I mean, if she could still collaborate with Juice WRLD, but maybe she'll collaborate with Kodak Black or something like that. And I'm sure she'll still manage to get the... or maybe like Cardi B or something. Nasty 2018, lots of Kenny Beats.
Kenny Beats is blowing up right now, man. He's got like production on a few major releases at this point. He's got this. He's got probably about the same amount of tracks on the new Freddie Gibbs record. He's got a few tracks on the new O3 Greedo record as well. So he's really out here right now.
He produced the O3 and Freddie Gibbs song too.
Yeah. A friend of mine actually asked if I had heard of her, had heard her Tales of Taco Bella tape, and I hadn't. And then so like when I had some free time, I checked it out and I really liked it. It's like her. I don't know if it's her debut tape, but it's one of her first tapes.
No, she had this tape that she came out with in like 11th grade.
Yeah, Summer's Eve is like her first one, so it's probably like her
first tape.
Shit, I guess I must have heard her like fifth tape then.
But Taco Bella is her pop alter ego, right?
Yeah.
It's like more femme, I guess. I haven't listened to that one, but that's what she was saying in an interview, which is interesting because she was talking about also how much she's into Japanese culture, which you could tell from some of the art on her mixtapes. And so it's interesting that she has this alter ego, and she said she was into fruit baskets, I forgot which one, which is one of my favorite animes too, which is about, have you ever watched that one?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't.
It's really cool. It's, well, let's see. Shonen is boys manga, and what is girls manga? I think that's shoji, maybe. Someone can correct us. Correct us on this.
Some nerd.
Well, yeah, you can see how like less nerdy I am. Thank God. I don't remember how to say the girls comics in Japanese. But yeah, it's not a shonen. It's let's say it's shoji. It's about like it's about a young girl who gets in with this family, and the family all have this curse where if they're hugged by someone of the opposite sex, they turn into a zodiac animal. So there's 12 of them. Obviously, madness ensues. But I thought that was interesting considering her alter egos and the transformations she does. She was even talking about like the Rico Nasty character and how she's developing her persona and how she dresses and this and that. And in the interview, it was with Double XL, who didn't put her on their freshman list. Which I don't care. I just was looking on YouTube and seeing people complain about that. I don't really care about that list. So anyway. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, anime. Are you ever into anime?
No, I tried to. Like, I had a friend in high school that was really into it. Like, he was into like I can't remember the full name, but it had the word Evangelion in it.
Oh, and Neon Genesis Evangelion. It's so good. I'm trying to get Tyler to watch it.
But he was super into it, and so I approached. This is like when I was in high school, so this was years ago. And so I approached him and asked him for recommendations, and he said, "Yeah, sure. You know, I'll give you a few things that you can watch." So he gave me He gave me 2 tapes, and one was called Angel of Darkness, and the other one was like part of, I guess it was a series called La Blue Girl. So I didn't know that hentai was a thing, right? So I popped in Angel of Darkness. And I was like watching it. I was like, okay, cool. Like, this is a dark thing, as an evil scientist or whatever the fuck. And then at some point there's like this plant and it has tentacles that proceeds to like, I mean, I guess for lack of better words, rape these girls with its tentacles. And, I remember thinking like, what the fuck, man? Like, is this what anime's like? And then, so I watched both of them. I didn't watch them all the way through because they're fucking ridiculous. And then I went back to my friend and I said, dude, I don't like these. Like, do you have anything else? And I said, I read about this movie called Vampire Hunter D. And, like, can I borrow that? And then he's like, yeah, I have it, but it's like, it's not what I'm into. And so I think I like, I like discovered my friend's kink. I don't know. So I never got into anime after that. I think I tried and I was just like, nah.
Yeah, it sounds like you were traumatized out of it.
Yeah, dude.
Just sad.
Now I just think people that like anime are all perverts.
I do recommend Neon Genesis, which is not me, obviously, because I'm not. But Neon Genesis Evangelion is really good. Anyway, let's talk about Nasty. Rico Nasty. All right.
She's 21. She's from Baltimore.
She's 21. She's
newly
savage.
Signed to Atlantic Records. An energetic gal.
Energetic. According to the things I read, she was weird. She was into like Slipknot and shit. We have like a rap, like a new metal rap rock song at the end.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about that one. That's
Rage.
that's like the first thing I thought about, because like the way she yells is like a weird like new metal yell, you know?
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
Yeah, she was really into Slipknot apparently, and shit like that. Because she was an outsider.
I don't blame her, dude. Slipknot's pretty tight. I mean, even even now in my 30s, I can say that.
Yeah, they made a video that was Kenny. It's kind of similar to her song "Smack a Bitch."
Yeah. I was also wondering why that song wasn't on here, because I like that song a lot too. It was like a Lucy.
Oh, was that just loose?
Yeah, it was on anything.
Oh, okay. Damn. The remix with Cupcake is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about her rap voice. She has like she says a very like raspy voice.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. And then she does like the Valley Girl, like weird, like high white girl talk.
And she's got an ad lib that like is like the perfect example of it. It's like where she says yeah. It's like
Yeah.
Exactly.
And she's also got whoa.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. It's in like and she kind of just like bounces. It's so energetic. The first song, "Bitch I'm Nasty," one of my favorite parts on this mixtape, when she says, well, she does a lot of dialogue.
Yeah.
So what she says is, Rico, calm down. And she says, and then, bitch, I'm charged up.
Oh,
Like
it's like, yeah, that's
yelling.
so sick. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
Gets
it's
me
like, but
amped.
yeah, it's really funny. I mean, I guess it kind of speaks to her story of being weird and kind of having people tell her not to be the way she is. And also just being like such a weirdly, like a loose cannon in this, in the studio where I feel like, uh, a lot of the pose of a lot of rappers is to be like super cool, be
Mhm.
the coolest guy in the room.
And I feel like that's kind of the vibe she tried to, like, she admitted in the first few mixtapes.
Mm.
Because I noticed that, like, and it starts on Sugar Trap too. There's like a lot more, like, more slightly aggressive departures from like what her like sing-songy like raps were, like on Taco Bell, or a lot of it was like real sing-songy. And then, I think what really took me aback was because I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to Sugar Trap 2, but when Smack a Bitch came out, I was just like thinking like, holy shit, she's like got a lot more energy. It's more aggressive, and the production kind of helps put that over. And then Trust Issues comes out, and it's more of the same. And then she takes it up a notch on a few tracks throughout Nasty, and I'm just like kind of curious as to whether or not that's kind of like a reaction to like her more subdued material, and now she's kind of like breaking out. And uh, I wonder if she would consider herself a maggot, a Slipknot fan. I'd love to ask her that.
You would love to ask her that.
Yeah, I would be like, would you consider yourself a maggot? Because I'm sure she knows what that is. I'm
Yeah.
sure that girl wrote "people equal shit" on her notebook somewhere.
Slipknot is got a huge thing. Tentacion and Ski Master Slap God made those two Slipknot songs.
Oh, dude, and it sucks because the one of them samples like a Slipknot song that I really used to like when I was like 15,
Yeah.
and then I found out about all the Triple X allegations, and I was like, God damn it, how dare you?
Then we had her name is Destiny, but what's her rap name? The New
Princess
York
Nokia?
rapper. Yeah, Princess Nokia. She had the Slipknot shirt
Yeah, I was gonna
on the
mention
cover
that.
of
Yeah.
her like alt rock album. And then yeah, we have like Rico Nasty is a Slipknot fan and like makes uh new metal shit.
Which I back hard.
Yeah, dude. I'm with it. I want someone to bring I'm ready to have someone bring sort of a funky Rage Against the Machine kind of energy into rap. I think that's going to be the next step in the rap rock evolution. I feel like we've had I think like with the Dam and like Peep, we've had like a lot of Cobainish stuff,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
and then we have the Slipknot, we have the Maggots, uh, and then but I want to hear the funk, the De La Roca acolytes.
I imagine that's like something you could find in most backpack rap. I feel like that's probably already been done.
Yeah, you're okay. Yeah, I guess I want it in the music that I listen that I would want
Yeah,
to
yeah,
listen
yeah.
to.
I imagine you
Um,
could just listen to Immortal Technique, dude. If you're aching for social awareness in your rap, dude.
no, I want the teens to bring it to me. I want them to rediscover it and make it for the next generation. Not
Not some rehashed bullshit.
Yeah, not people who are contemporaneous.
It's just some of the features are a little weird too, honestly. Well, the Lil Nar one, that the Transformer track overall, which is like my least favorite.
That one I kind of felt like it should have been on like Rage or something. Cause
Mm-hmm.
he started kind of like yelling at the end and hardcore vocals.
And like I heard the Lex Luger drop at the beginning of the
Yeah.
track, and I was like, oh shit! And then it just wasn't that great. I think it was just overall the chorus for some reason just really put me off of it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it was really surprising to come across a Lex Luger beat. It's not like the classic Lex Luger that we know. It's kind of just I mean, here it fits in perfectly. It doesn't like stick out as like this beat from 2010 or anything,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't know. That could be good or bad. Like I was just randomly listening to Sosa Man mixtape, and he had this one like perfectly trap beat, which kind of like takes you back, and I'm like, oh yeah, like rap is really different now, and I really miss when like these beats were all over tapes and stuff.
I just remember hearing like that one sound that like would come about in Lex Luger tracks, and then you knew that that like beat was going to be like super fucking epic. Because for some reason I was listening to
What
Rick
the
Ross's
tag, the one that's
yeah.
like did it
Yeah, and you'd be like,
Yeah.
oh shit, this is about to be dope. Because I was listening to Teflon Don a few days ago because of this Lex Luger drop, the track on Nasty. And I was thinking like, man, this was such a cool era. Like, I mean, it ultimately became like super saturated and people were trying to emulate the sound. But while it was happening, it was fucking cool.
Yeah, I mean that drop is associated with so much good stuff. Yeah, and then we have the Black Boy JB is the other feature, which is like it's just there for me. Like,
yeah, he doesn't contribute a whole lot. Yeah,
I do like the transition. I don't know, maybe like Trust Issues and In the Air are in the same key or something like that. Because I just know like when it goes from Trust Issues to In the Air, and the guitar from In the Air comes in.
Is that the guitar song you were talking about?
Yeah, In the Air is a guitar song. Yeah, I think
like the beat works. I feel like it's just I mean, I like that song. It's just Block Boy's like he's just there. You know, it's like he's just a guy that Drake remixed, like the guy whose song that Drake remixed.
I know people like Block Boy a lot, but it's unfortunate that he's only on the radio because of Drake. I hear that song all the time, and it's like fuck. Like if you want to pay Drake, just play Drake. Don't bring in like someone's 15th best song and play it on the radio just because it has Drake on it.
Well, I mean,
like, I'm sure this is not his
if you
best
play
shit.
Drake, yeah, if you play Drake, you're what like you if you're not playing God's Plan or the Bounce song that he did, you're playing his latest song. Was it called I'm Upset, which is just really bad.
Well, they also play this. They play.
Well, there's this, but like I mean, I'm talking like Drake standalone tracks, like sans, like not remixes or anything with features. But it's whatever. Yeah.
Oh, let's see. I wrote down her lyrics. Her lyrics are really great. She's so funny. It's a really it's a stark contrast to Juice WRLD, who's not funny at all and not clever at all.
He's just sad, dude. You can't.
Yeah. Coming to this where she's just so bouncy and drops stuff that just makes you think for a second. You're like, wait, what? Like, what did she just say? Like, let's see, what was I gonna? Oh, on Counting Up, I love. She says, "Make my own money and I buy my own weed. Touch my wrist and your hand gon' freeze." I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one. Okay, that one is cool because it's like it's a double entendre of just like don't fucking touch me, and also like she probably just has so many diamonds on her wrist that will freeze the unlucky gentleman who dares to touch her. Yeah, so yeah, like way funnier than Juice WRLD. I really like the what's that other line I love? She says, a bitch is getting mad now, but how much more mad can you get? It's like it doesn't make it doesn't immediately make sense, but then you're like, yeah, like there is a saturation of being a hater. How much more? And she's just gonna keep doing her thing, and you can't keep hating her because you already hate her so much. Yeah. What are your standout tracks?
So I think, let's see. So Trust Issues is just a favorite because I've liked that song for a while now. Let's see. Hockey. I liked Hockey a lot, and Ice Cream. I thought Ice Cream was
Ice Cream is good. Yeah,
it's a fun one.
Ice Cream is where that last line comes from.
Yeah. I think I liked Hockey because it was somewhat of a throwback to what she was doing on her older tapes, but still of a progression of sorts. And
Yeah, yeah. That. Do you have that ice cream truck theme in New Mexico?
not so much in my area, but like in the more like out like in the
More
in the
suburban?
outskirts, yeah, more suburban areas, yeah. Because I'll never hear ice cream trucks in my neighborhood, unfortunately, because it would be awesome right now. I would literally pause this recording to go get some kind of icy frozen treat.
Yeah. I also like her ballads. Kind of like what I kept doing was just repeating the last three songs when I would get to the end. So I think that's it's like the cathartic section. You have Why Oh Why, which is very like the kind of a ballad, and then you have Rage, which is just like, all out and angry. And then you
That
have
was
La
a
La.
surprise, Rage, that one.
Rage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of would be better to not have that split up Y-O-Y and La La, but maybe they thought those were too similar, so they wanted to split it up. She has like flows that are kind of like the child. She sounds like I don't want to say failed. She sounds like someone who grew up on like Disney pop. The second verse of Y-O-Y, she says, struggling to hold on, the show must go on. Some only came for one song, some probably sing the whole set. I've been in the worst moods, I've been upset. It's very much like a teen pop vibe for me.
Mm-hmm.
But she's not afraid to do these like sugary sweet kind of things, which also, she when I was reading that she loves Japanese culture, I wonder if she likes like J-pop and stuff like that. Specifically that verse, the second verse on Y-O-Y, kind of that kind of pop. Like I would want to hear it sung by, if you heard it sung by multiple people, it would sound like a big like girl pop production. Yeah, so so I like the end of the album for that. From Y-O-Y and La La. La La, which is like a very like sing-songy one.
And and it seems like they kind of like backloaded all those like sing-songy tracks. Like
yeah, like I said, I feel like
Hockey's pretty sing-songy. Won't Change is pretty songy. Life Back is pretty songy. There's like it's like the second half of it's really sing-songy, but you have the Transformer with Lil Nar, and then you have the new metal ballad Rage.
Yeah, so maybe that's just like the genre experiments in the back, and the like really aggro rap in the front. I guess it's gonna be her last mixtape. I assume she's gonna be working on her major label debut now.
Yeah, because this came out of nowhere. She didn't release Sugar Trap 2 not that long. She really didn't release that too long ago.
Yeah. So it's the last time we'll hear her without Weekend or fucking maybe Cardi B will be on the next one. Drake. Who knows? Who knows who we'll have to listen to? Anyway, I give this a high rating.
I think Pitchfork gave it an 8.
Oh yeah, I forgot to read any reviews of it.
Yeah, it's the only one that I read. I didn't even really read it at all. Yeah. I just saw the score and I was like, fitting. I agree.
We tried to get Fantano on and he wouldn't come on. So
he's too big.
After that, I didn't read anything. I didn't read any reviews of it. Fantano, you got to come on sometime.
Man, I love Death Grips too, dude.
Yeah, you guys are both. He's into like noise and stuff.
Yeah, but he's such a nerd.
You know, come on the show. Noise, right?
I've dabbled. I have a collection of noise and power electronics tapes.
Yeah, you guys could talk about that.
We could talk about like trendy stoner metal. He likes that kind of stuff a lot.
Okay,
we can discuss Southern Lord Records releases together, and then just talk about Rico Nasty every so often.
Mm-hmm. Fantano, go on Stitch Gang.
Yeah.
The new meme. The new meme is you got to tweet him and comment on YouTube. Go on Stitch Gang until he comes on.
We can do one of those Drake memes, like the 2 frames, like the 4 frame things, where it's like he's like shunning not being on Stitch Gang, and then he's like got the happy face with going on Stitch Gang. I don't fucking know.
No, it's like Drake shunning Fantano in his studio, and then Drake happy, and it's just like me and you and him in like oh no, it's like him. It's like
him at his computer,
him on FaceTime, yeah, him on like on Skype, and then it's like me and you in the boxes.
Yeah, it's like me. It's like you, he, and I in a Skype call trying to explain to him how we want him to like record his piece.
Yep. So
classic.
So we need the last week we asked you to edit Wikipedia to put us on the Goodbye and Good Riddance page. This week the task for the street team is to get Fantano to come on here. We need the best critic, the most important critic in rap to legitimize this show, or else it's like, what are we doing?
We're done, essentially. And you know what's weird is that in the last episode, the Juice World episode, we kind of talked about how we didn't notice a whole lot of press or any articles being written on him. And since then, I've seen like many articles getting circulated. And I was just like, well, shit.
I mean, well, he's going up the charts, so people are going to have to write about it. But
yeah,
not a lot of people critically examine the art, which is what we did.
Nobody else called him a poser nerd.
It was Pitchfork, us, and Fantano, the other great critic. Well, we're not great, but it was just the three of us.
We're on the new frontier of music criticism.
Yeah, Fantano, you got to come on here. If we need to do more YouTube stuff, so you can notice us.
We'll just have to study Tim and Eric episodes, and then make glitchy videos and to entice him on.
We'll just have to make $1 million extreme type sketches about the rap world. That will go viral on YouTube until he notices.
I won't like it, but I will use slurs if need be.
Yeah.
In the $1 million extreme fashion.
We need to what else can we do? I wanted to bring Adam 22 into it somehow, because what we need to do is we need to attack Complex Magazine for Complex Media for publishing that hit piece on his alt channel.
And they took it down too, like a bunch of cowards.
Yeah. Well, we need to keep exposing them, so they actually apologize for it. They just took it down quietly.
Complex?
What they need to do is I think it might be Fader. I always get them confused. It might be Fader too. But we need to get them to apologize to Fantano and have one of their news correspondents report on it. Like, hey, this is Frank Rodriguez for Complex News, and today Complex Media apologized to Anthony Fantano for besmirching his reputation. This is Frank for Complex News.
Complex, like more like cuckplex, but I do distinctly remember that article being published on the Faders website. So, but I had that one forming in the back of my head. I'm not going to lie to you.
Fader is complex.
Also, what you need to do, Frank, not me, you need to date a budding porn star. Okay, hear me out, and then participate in her private Snapchat videos, and then we'll get the clout, man.
Why can't you date a budding porn star?
I have issues, man. All right, and you're in sprawling New York City, dude. I'm sure you could easily find one.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sure there's more porn stars here.
I could be wrong.
I mean, maybe I've been wanting to move to LA. If there's any porn stars out there that want to date me, I just go move there.
Oh, I would love it. Now you have to do it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that would get us a lot of clout. Yeah. Actually, a porn star liked one of my tweets the other day. Bruno Dickums, the former manager of XXXTentacion, he liked a tweet where I said something. I just said that was his manager. I said like his XXXTentacion went from being managed by porn star Bruno Dickums to a guy named Table to Adam22. And then I guess he vanity searches, so he retweeted me.
Nice. Did we when we recorded last time had Tentacion been murdered just then?
He had not been murdered. It's the first episode since then. I wrote like a little bit in the description for the last show, but mention that. I mean, we're talking about a rapper right now who's influenced by, this is a second straight episode where we like talked about him quite a bit. So
that kind of speaks to his influence, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess like she wasn't thinking about him when she liked, Slipknot in middle school or whatever, but I feel like he maybe made the space for her to make these kinds of songs a little bit.
Speaking of which, did you watch the sad video I told you about?
No, I still haven't watched it. I like. Oh, they shot it before he died.
Yeah. I'm assuming. Obviously, I think clearly he did, but I saw Yes Jules tweet about it, and I was like, oh no, I have to see this. This is like this super melodramatic tweet. And I think she said it's like he knew he was gonna go, and I was just like, oh god. And so I watched it. It's legitimately on some Donnie Darko shit. I highly suggest you watch it and try not to snicker like I did while I was watching it. You should do a sad music video reaction video.
It'd be better if I hadn't heard the song though, which I have.
Oh, how dare you!
But
it's problematic.
But yeah, we could do more. We need to do something. Oh, if my God's Plan reaction video had gone better, I could have become more well known on YouTube.
Yeah, and motherfuckers on YouTube are real like sneaky about that shit because they title it like artist, then song title, then it's like official music video, and then after all of that, it's like reaction. And you're like, what the fuck? How fucking dare you mislead me like this? It's because like the thumbnail's always some fucking nerd in front of his computer and like
freaking out.
Yeah, like in a screen grab of the music video, and I'm just like, I'm just trying to find the damn music video.
Yeah, I mean that's a way better lane of criticism to get into because, I mean, I listened to Nasty like 15 to 20 times or something like that. With reaction shit, you just need to listen to it literally once
because that's,
and you create the content.
Yeah, maybe we could get an elderly woman to watch all these music videos, and that'll be our online shtick.
Boomers react to sad.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably something. Someone already did that.
I'm sure there's already something like that on the internet.
We need to do something. We need more. We definitely need more clout.
We need to expand, man.
How are we gonna get clout? All right, I'll have to date a porn star. I don't know. I feel like that's not really big in New York though.
Porn isn't big in New York.
I don't think so. I feel like that's a LA. That's a Southern California, Florida thing.
That's unfortunate.
I mean, I'm sure there is porn. I don't know. There's not a lot of porn around, I don't think. All right, but anyway, you can help our clout by, telling your friends about the show if you listen this far. And, if you have any friends who ever listen to new rap music and they like podcasts, tell them about the show. And, hit us up at Stitch Gang on Twitter. That's our only media presence, I guess. And, next week, I think we want to do
the XXX Tentacion tribute episode.
We'll see you then. Peace.
Yeah.